What's up, YouTube? What's up? Turn it down a little bit. I think this is good, but yeah. I actually, if anybody that follows me was watching, I did do a live stream this past Monday, but it didn't go to plan. I had a lot of audio issues. So I went ahead and rebooted. Got some new software, stuff like that, and just positioning myself with the camera a little bit better. You can see the background. But yeah, we're going to be talking about some stuff today. Well, I'll be talking about some stuff today. It's going to just be me solo talking about some news that's going on. And I'm kind of glad that I waited because you had a lot of stuff that went on this week. You had the passing of John Amos, the wonderful actor from Good Times. He was known as Mr. James Evans Sr. So I'm not sure if you guys know who that is, but I'll show you a picture. And yeah, that was devastating. We've had a lot of icons that have died this year in the Black community. So yeah. And then we'll talk about Kamala Harris's race. And then also Janet Jackson not backing down from her perspective about Kamala not being Black. And also I was reading too that let's turn this music off. You know, it sounds good. I was reading on something where it was talking about Vice President Kamala Harris's father being estranged from her, not staying in contact with her, because a lot of people have been critiquing her because that's where her Black lineage or so-called Black lineage comes from. So it would make sense for her father to stand up for her to, just refute the claims that she's not a Black woman or, African American woman in essence. So let me type some in the comments for y'all that might be watching it. Let me see. Just say welcome, y'all. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Welcome, y'all. Let me do the banner. Okay. But yeah, it's been a lot of stuff going on. We had the vice presidential um, debates this go round this week. So it appears that potentially there won't be. Well, it definitely won't be any more presidential debates. But I don't think it's going to be any more vice presidential debates as well. A lot of people had different opinions about that. A lot of people said that JD Vance had won. They said that Walz, which is the runner up with Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, was a little not there. So we'll look at some of that as well, maybe some highlights from that. Well, since I said I have to show y'all, so. But let's talk about some other things, like also Hurricane Helen or Helene. That did a lot of devastation, and people are still recuperating from that. It's going to be a long recovery effort in North Carolina, Tennessee, that vicinity. Yeah, and I was hearing that FEMA is running out of money, and then also that the residents were giving around $750. So that's horrible. That's horrible. What is that for all the stuff that they have lost and stuff? And there's still 600 as of right now, over 600 people missing. still unaccounted for, and the death toll has constantly steadily rising, unfortunately. So, what to talk to first? Let's talk about the hurricane because that is something that's a very, very big issue now that I think is not getting a lot of coverage. It's getting more coverage now, but it's uh, it's pretty rough out here. So let me look at this one first before I show you. Okay, USA Today. USA Today. Let's see. And funny thing, I've been inside their building before in Northern Virginia, or at least when it was in Northern Virginia. I've been inside USA Today. Nice facility. All right. All right. So this was just updated. This was about an hour ago. So it just talks about the death toll and things of such. Let's see what they're talking about here. Let's see. It's just basically talking about the different crews that is going to support the recovery efforts. I'm not going to actually play this because I don't want to get too much of a, it's already bad enough on a small channel. I don't really want to get any copyright strikes. But I read this article in Asheville, North Carolina. This is one of the harder hit areas of North Carolina during the continuing of the storm. So it says rescue crews across Western North Carolina search Friday for scores of missing people following Helene's historic deluge that ravaged the southeast, killing more than 200 people, swallowing whole towns and leaving thousands without power or drinkable water. The storm washed out hundreds of roads and damaged bridges across the southern Appalachians, leaving residents in already isolated communities stranded amid widespread power outages and communication blackouts. Federal, state, and local authorities across the region pushed further into the mountain suburbs, including those surrounding Asheville, clearing roads as food, water, and aid was airdropped to residents in need. Okay. So it says citizen led volunteer groups in the mountains of Western North Carolina have supplemented officials disaster relief operations delivering aid to stranded communities on foot and by helicopter and mule trains. In a Thursday news conference, officials estimated that more than 1,200 people remain missing in Buncombe County, which encompasses Asheville and many surrounding neighborhoods. The death toll surpassed the grim milestone of 200 on Thursday, according to USA Today. Um, and at least 72 fatalities were reported in Buncombe County alone. So I'm not sure if I said 600 deaths. So it's 200 plus deaths, but I recall seeing that it was 600 plus people still unaccounted for in that general area. So and you can see some of the photos, very devastating. It's the PowerPoint, yeah, yeah. I mean, awful, very awful. And a lot of people said, what could they have done to prepare for this? Well, this area doesn't really get hurricane. Well, they don't get hurricanes at all. The storm was moving fast. It came in strong, so it didn't have really much time to weaken. And then as you go up in elevations, those winds are still very strong. So they had a wind disaster, and then over time they had a lot of rain. And they even mentioned that prior to the event, some areas had up to 11 inches of rain. Then you had the storm that came on top of that and dumped 20 to 30 inches. So yeah, that was horrible. But what had happened was a lot of trees that fell down and blocked roads. and then the flooding disasters ensued. So you really couldn't even escape certain areas, from what I heard. Just devastating. Look at that. Wow. It's the National Guard. Yeah. So yeah, I'm back. Let me just make sure this audio is good. I tested my mic. My mic isn't muted, so let's just make sure. Okay, yeah. So the sound is doing good. So yeah, we're doing good there. So far as I could tell. I just got to be up by the mic. So let's see. Now let's go to Kamala Harris. For those that don't know, we're in the United States, of course. So Kamala Harris is the Vice President of the United States of America, of course, and she has been controversial as of late. Well, for one thing, she's running for president, so we could have the first woman president of the United States. But another thing, she's contending to be an African American woman, which a lot of people already accept the fact that she is part Indian, but a lot of people are skeptical of her black lineage, if that makes any sense. So that's that. But yeah, I'll show you guys her parents, and we'll go from there. And then they got articles already up here talking about her father, how he's been absent and stuff like that. So, man, he's an older man. Give him a break. Probably doesn't want to be involved with any drama. All right. So this is Kamala Harris's parents. So you have Donald J. Harris, which that's definitely uh, an Anglo name. Uh, well, with as you guys know, with the transatlantic slave trade and colonization, a lot of people took the surname of the slave owners, the slave masters. So and then the so his name was Donald J. Harris, or is Donald J. Harris. He's still alive. And then her mother, which is deceased, she died in 2009. Shamala Harris, she's deceased, and she's full-blooded Indian. Uh, wow, the Times of India, they have something up there. Let's see what they got going on. This is 11 hours. Hopefully, there's no ads. This might be less partisan than most other media sources. Let's make sure it's sharing. Yep. The Times of India. Okay. So, wow, they're saying that, I don't know how true this is, but they're saying that Kamala Harris's father, Donald Harris, lives 2 miles apart from, or 2 miles from where she lives. So, and this was from today. Yep. So it says Kamala Harris's estrangement from her father, Donald J. Harris, stems from a complex family dynamic dating back to her parents' separation when she was a child. Despite their proximity in Washington, they have been distanced for years, with personality similarities, ambitions, and past conflict contributing to the rift. Kamala's close relationship with her mother and Donald's absence at key life events deepened the divide. While he remains proud of her achievements, the potential for reconciliation exists, though neither has actively pursued it. So they talk about uh, her childhood and her relation to her father. You can see her father right here. So it says, it's the same, saying the same thing. So Mr. Donald Harris is now 86, so he's lived a long life. He's still alive. Lives with his second wife, just miles away from the vice president's official residence. So it says, despite the proximity, he's largely been absent from Kamala's life, a situation that friends say has been influenced by both personality trait and familial history. So let's yada yada yada. So okay, so it says their relationship was strained early on following the separation and divorce of Donald and Shamala in the late 1960s and early 1970s. Kamala was just 5 years old when her parents split, and the subsequent divorce was marked by a bitter custody battle. Donald lost the custody case, an event he later describes as a traumatic turning point in his relationship with his daughters, Kamala and her younger sister. Although he expressed his love for her children, the legal outcome severely limited his involvement in their lives, and the bond between father and daughter was never repaired fully. So, yeah, that's that. Let's go back and let's see their parents. Let me show you a picture that's always shown. This one right here. Let's see if I can. Nope. Let's see. Yeah, so this is there. This is her parent. You can clearly tell that she's of South Asian descent, and you can tell that he's of mixed ancestry. He doesn't look like I guess what you say, 100% black person, but that's never here or there. Well, it is here or there because she's running on the fact that she's a black woman. So well, I'm not going to even say that. I think a lot of people are not informed fully, and they think that she is a black woman, similar to how President Barack Obama was the first black president, but he was actually a mixed race. His mother was um, was white, and his father was black. He was directly straight off the boat from Africa, Kenya. Not to be offensive or sound offensive, or anything like that. Um, yep. So let's talk about Mr. John Amos. Amos. Let me see if I can play the good times. Um, so, good time show song. Let's see if it does it. Okay. So I'm gonna play this for y'all a little bit. And let's see. Okay. Are y'all ready? Anytime you need a payment, good time. Anytime you need a free, good time. Anytime you're out from under, not getting hassled, not getting hustled, keeping your head above water. Making a way when you can. Let me stop. I'm not gonna bore y'all with my voice, but that's the song right there. If you guys don't know what that is, so let's talk about Mr. Amos. This is him right here. This is a younger picture. And you know another crazy thing. Let me see. There we go. So another crazy thing is that one of his daughters found out that he was deceased from media. I was reading about that, and that was awful. So it says John Amos' cause of death revealed as fuel between Good Times Star Children. So it was a big kerfuffle between that. So let's look at this one too. This is through the film people. So what is this? Oh, this is something sponsored. So it says John Amos' cause of death revealed as feud between Good Times Star Children continues. So it says people and TMZ report that Amos' death certificate states that he died on August the 21st. What? And that there were no other significant medical conditions that contributed to his death. No autopsy was performed on Amos, the certificate says. So it says the star of the 1970s hit sitcom remains were cremated 9 days after his death on August 30th. Hold on one second. They just reporting that he just died. So what is this talking about? Let me go back. Okay, here we go. Let's see. But this wasn't. Let me go back to them. This was updated 33 minutes ago. Okay, he did die. He died in August. And we're just finding this out now. Wow. Just wow. But either way, I was reading an article where his daughter did not find out that he was dead until um more recent. So yeah, this is him. I'm not gonna go into too much of a detail, but he was an icon. He was in Coming to America, I believe. He was in so many other films, and he was a versatile actor. That classic look. Yeah, he was definitely an icon. And look at his son. His son looks just like him, only he's a light skinned version of him. You know, man, life. Yeah. So, and let's talk about Janet Jackson. Speaking of good times, Janet Jackson was also a an actress on that show way back when. But she was in some controversy because she talked about Kamala Harris not being black. So they don't even have. See, this is crazy because when I looked at this on this past Monday, let me show you guys. When I looked at this past Monday, they had all these different headlines, most recent, and this was still in the end of September, like September 30th. And now they don't even have anything remotely recent about what her thought process is. You see a week ago. And this is crazy because they're saying, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, Kamala is black, not Indian. So let's see if this is talking about her. Is this let me read it first. Let me listen to it first. Let me go back. Yeah, I need to start being like these people on these bigger platforms where they screenshot and screen record stuff because it's not up there anymore. It's crazy. Censoring because Janet Jackson, she doubled down on what she said. I even saw something where she was in an interview. She was like, "Please, no more questions. Please, no more questions." She said it like Michael. She's so soft spoken, and people came for her, and I think it was just very disingenuous of them to do that. So, yeah, yeah. Even the videos that I just saw, they're just talking about what ifs, and shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and yeah, it's just ridiculous, man. And you got actual black women that are taking up for Kamala, which that's never here or there, but it's like you're attacking an actual objective black woman who is black. We know that she's black against someone that is uh, ambiguous racially. So that's here or there. I mean, that's never here or there. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I thank you guys for watching this video and the ones that are going to watch it on the replay. And just stay tuned. I'll be throwing some more content out for y'all. So peace out.